Hello, the internet. Matthew here, coming to you from the beautiful and historic Muttontown Nature Preserve here in Muttontown, New York. It's a hot and humid day, but I'm thrilled to be out here to bring you another fantastic vlog. I want to thank you for tuning in and, of course, carry right along from the last piece. Today, we're going to talk about how you can finesse your way to your goal. Of all the important lessons I've learned from Peter Sage over the years, what was most impactful for me was his assessment on the 4 modes of thought that we can operate from, which he labeled to me, by me, through me, and as me. In to me mode, we see ourselves as the victims of life, to which everything, good or bad, happens. This is the powerless position that most people live and operate from. And while they hope for things to get better, they don't really expect anything good to change in their lives without some sort of miracle to intervene on their behalf. This is what Tai Lopez calls the lottery approach to life, and it's the mentality that news outlets cater to. A step above that is by me mode. And this is the mentality of the people who refuse to be victims. These are the people who determine that they will be successful by their own hand, punching through walls, treating every problem like a nail, muscling their way uphill, using every bit of their strength of will to get exactly what they want. This is the mentality of a person who decides that they will make $500,000 in sales by year's end. They spend 80 hours a week making calls, going to networking lunches, sacrificing all other responsibilities and desires for their one singular goal. The next step above that is through me mode, and it brings a sort of spiritual component to the whole process of living and working. This involves a trust in how the universe operates, and the acceptance that nothing has to go your way. Someone who exists in this state of thinking knows how to sync their intentions with the energetic nature of reality so that the universe can operate through them. This is the person who determines to make $500,000 in sales by year's end and somehow just seems to stumble into a whale of a customer in a line at Starbucks and makes their whole goal in one shot. The final stage, as me mode, is where most of the great spiritual teachers can get to. This involves reducing the ego to the point where you understand that all people and all things are really one, and while it's a lofty ideal to reach for, it's not entirely necessary to get to in order to reach your utopia. Now, like most people, before I began to educate myself about wealth and success, I lived in to me mode for pretty much most of my life. During my tenure in that low mental state, I read a quote that made me nod emphatically in agreement. If wealth was the inevitable result of hard work and enterprise, every woman in Africa would be a millionaire. Now when I read that snotty exclamation by activist and Guardian writer George Monbiot, I sigh audibly, because it reveals just how little the average person understands about the process of generating wealth. Consider the workings of a mechanical watch, like the one pictured here. Using a series of gears, springs, and counterweights, the kinetic energy from a coiled spring is distributed to the watch face, allowing humans to accurately measure out time. Now, it seems complicated when you first see it, but once you understand exactly how all the components play together, a lot of the mystery of the watch begins to fade away. In fact, I've included a link to a video down below to help you understand this a lot better. Similarly, by understanding how the principles of wealth generation connect with and play together, you can understand exactly what is meant when a wealthy person talks about the need to put in hard work. Becoming successful isn't actually about working hard. It's about working on yourself to evolve to the point where you can finesse your way to your goal and not force it. And that is what is hard. Some of the first watches, while functional and in most cases very beautiful, were incredibly inefficient, especially when compared to modern watches. This is not unlike a person who is stuck in by me mode, muscling their way uphill, treating every problem like a nail, and fighting for every little scrap that they can get. This mentality doesn't really serve anyone. Just as modern watchmakers use better alloys and more precise weights than their ancient counterparts, so too does a truly enterprising individual learn to use specific tricks and techniques so as to make the process of becoming successful much more effective and efficient, so that you can put in hard work without working hard. Your assignment this week is to comment with something that you've been trying to force to work that isn't working. This could be a job, a relationship, a business, whatever. What are you trying to make happen that just isn't happening? Could there be a better way? Leave your comment down below and make sure you comment on what other people have said. Sometimes we're a little too close to our own problems to really see the solutions, and it might help to have an unbiased third party sound off. I'll be back next week with another vlog and another assignment. Please make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. Also, please make sure you follow along on Instagram and Twitter. And as always, if you've gotten something out of this vlog, please make sure you share this video with others. For now, this is Matthew of Monster Health and Fitness signing off and reminding you that there is no portal to utopia. We're going to have to take the long way around.